who wants to be celebrated in different and diverse ways. We must not accept. We must, in the nature of things, change ourselves. You know, just this morning, I was reading the latest work of a great African, Achille Mbembe, from the Dark Night, Essays in Decolonization. And he says that the only place that we must start decolonizing is the mind, because the mind is the standard of the man. I was thinking about the writings of my own countryman, Ngugi wa Thiong'o, decolonizing the mind. All battles are fought in the mind. René Descartes was right because knowledge is universal. Cogito ergo sum, I think, so I am. So we must think. Because once our minds are changed, then our spirituality is energized. And once our spirituality is energized, then we exercise the ghost of low self-esteem. And once we exercise the ghost of low self-esteem, then we begin to discover our potential. Then our economies begin to grow. Then we mine our gold and improve them. You know, how can it be that Africa is the richest continent on the earth and our gold is mined by De Beers? How can it be that Africa is the richest continent on the world and our diamond is produced in South Africa, in Botswana, and Namibia, and in Sierra Leone, and in Liberia, but the price is determined in Antwerp, in Belgium? How can it be? How can it be that Africa produces cocoa in Togo, in Cote d'Ivoire, and in Ghana, and chocolate is then made in Switzerland and in Belgium, who have not even a bush of cocoa? How can it be that tea is produced in Ethiopia and in Uganda and in Kenya, and when it is taken to the United Kingdom, they now call it English tea? How can it be? How can it be? How can it be?
How can it be after 179 years that poverty is still the order of the day? Lots of people still go to bed hungry. But the 15 counties are yet to be connected by paved roads while we celebrate the dirt ones. How can it be when a whole lot of us live in abject poverty when everywhere else in this country reeks of it? How can it be that with all of these resources, we continue to struggle? Ours is not just poverty but penury. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all human beings are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. My name is Julius J. I am here. At 5 p.m. we will be speaking with Sheikh Kuyate, the African People's Movement. A big conversation. Where does Liberia go from here? 179 years. How can we make progress? What do we need to put aside? He's been around. He's seen a lot. He romanced a bit with officialdom. So what is it? At 4 p.m., we expect to speak with a professor from Accra, Ghana, talking serious educational matters about a university in the Gambia. How can you get there? All kinds of good things about it. Before that, we will talk the things that matter. Some of them, a whole lot, has been happening, continues to happen.
You build your world on lies and illusion, but you never know that this is the conclusion. No chance, no hope for those who kept it a-going, 'cause you never know that the truth was showing. And if you live in a glass house, don't throw stones. And if you can't take those from a don't throw no.
A whole lot is happening. How was your Independence Day? In fact, we had 2 days, Sunday and Monday. How was it? How was it? Message me. Let me know. How was it? I know there is this back and forth on social media. Why did people celebrate? Some people say the people happy with the government. That's why they celebrate it. Some people say no, people just celebrate it because it's the country's independence. It doesn't matter. Why did you celebrate? Hey, LIV. Okay, so that is that. That's what we do here. Let's go. What's on this side? Security agents have arrested a Nigerian soldier after the army accused him of supplying military uniforms to terrorists and criminal groups. The Nigerian army said Private Mohammed Yusuf was arrested in Maiduguri while allegedly trying to flee to neighboring Cameroon after deserting his unit earlier this month. Yusuf has not publicly commented on the allegations. The case has renewed concerns that some security personnel may be working with armed groups, making the fight against insecurity more difficult. According to Nigeria's National Human Rights Commission, armed groups were responsible for at least 3,000 kidnappings and 3,580 killings between January 2024 and April 2025. Libya's eastern-based authorities say they have deported more than 117,000 irregular migrants from different countries. They also say that over 100,000 Sudanese have signed up for a voluntary return program. The administration, led by Osama Hamad in Benghazi, said it will tighten border controls, crack down on human trafficking, and strengthen migration rules. It has also extended the deadline for foreign workers to regularize their status until the end of 2026. Libya has rival governments in the east and west, with the internationally recognized government based in Tripoli and a separate parliament-backed administration based in Benghazi. Let's take a quick break with some of our sponsors now because there's a whole lot to run into. This is the OK Conversation. On OKFM 99.5. Here we go.
Mama, who takes care of development in our country?
We all do, my baby. You see, every time we pay our taxes, we are taking care of our country, Mama Liberia. Taxes help provide clean water, safe communities, and jobs for our people. When you pay your tax, Liberia grows.
Be proud, be responsible. Pay your taxes for a better Liberia. Pay tax, we all enjoy.
Your cars, generators, and other machines can last much longer when you use the right kind of petroleum products to power your engines. Sunek Group, located on Bushwood Island, is dealer and distributor of high-quality petroleum products across Liberia at available prices. At Sunek Group, we sell and distribute high-quality petrol, gas, and diesel fuel to fueling stations across the nation. Our highly trained, professional, and customer-friendly staff are always waiting and ready to serve you. We deliver your petroleum products to your destinations on time. No worries. Power your engines with the right kinds of petrol, oil, and gas today and save time and money. Come to Sunek Group, your one-stop distributor of high-quality petrol, oil, and gas. We are located in a BMC building opposite UBA Bank, just a block away from LPRC on Bushwood Island. For more information, call 0777-062-441 or 0886-473-164. Sunek Group, spinning the wheels of oil and gas in Africa.
Your favorite RLJ Kendeja Resort and Villas is new and improved with top-notch first-class services guaranteed to make you feel pampered and special as our royal guests. Ideally located on the RI Highway, a few minutes drive from the rehab junction, right in front of the Atlantic Ocean, you are assured of a peaceful, serene atmosphere of a home away from home. The ingredients for our Liberian meals are freshly picked from our garden to give you that unforgettable taste of Liberian cuisine. Our villas are designed and equipped to ensure every night spent with us is a memorable one. We are well positioned to host conferences and seminars of all sizes, as well as outdoor events like garden weddings and parties. Book your upcoming events and leave the rest for us to handle with 100% satisfaction guarantee. You can reach us on 0770-533-415 or email us at reservations@kendejaresort.com.lr. Visit our website on www.rljkendejaresort.com.lr. RLJ Kendeja Resort and Villas, for memories worth repeating.
Welcome back. This is the OK Conversation on OK FM 99.5. So, the National Independence Day celebration, the government nationally recognized one took place in Buchanan, Grand Bassa County, and so the government was there. Like always, other places, people chose to celebrate. Different countries, people did different things, to celebrate the country's 179th independence. Some group of young people even decided to host a program in Monrovia that was attended by young and older people. On Sunday, they brought in one of the most influential people in Africa right now, especially across social media platforms, Wode Maya. He was here. They brought together Liberian artists and all of that, and people, went and celebrated that. Of course, that will some officials of government decided to use that as a matrix to say, people are happy, people are pleased with the government, so they're celebrating. Others say, no, this is the country's independence. You can use that for politics, you know. You can use it for politics. People went out to celebrate their country's independence, not necessarily they're pleased with the government or they're not pleased with the government. It really doesn't matter. The fact that people were hosting something that people could unite around, well, they insist, well, if things were not okay, people would not have gone out and blah, blah, blah. So those social media arguments are there. When we open the lines, if you want to choose to tell us why you decided to celebrate and all that would be your that would be your business. But I always celebrate my country's independence for what it is. It doesn't matter who is in power or who is not there. You know, that's me. I do not know about you. Even in war, in whatever, we'll celebrate because we're getting older as a country. Do we want to be better developed than we are? Yeah. But that will not make me say, okay, I will not celebrate or I will not observe it or I will not say something about it because I don't like who is in power or because I like who is in power. So, yeah, there are others who do that. Yeah. There are others who will not celebrate anything about the country, will not say anything positive about the country because a certain person or certain group of people are in power. So for the length of time they will be there, nothing good, nothing positive, not celebrating, not even identifying with anything about the country. Some people can only identify with the country when the person or the group of people they like are in power. Then you see everything positive. They will identify with everything about the country, the national team, the holidays, and everything else, every little thing. But once they're not in power, forget it. Nothing else is okay. There are people like that. And I believe it is their democratic, but I'm not sure that's democratic, right? Because others will say that's not being patriotic. Because you can only be patriotic when you're in power. Be patriotic when you're not there. Too. Okay. So things happened there. Some dedications were done. Speeches were made. At another point in time, we could go through some of that, you know. But I mean, it was the whole thing that it was from the crowd business. You know, the people used it outside of SKD. A whole lot of people were there. So people started posting the videos and the pictures. I said, no. Okay, you people went to Buchanan. Why you can't post the pictures from Buchanan when the government was playing football on the field? The field were empty. All that stuff, you know. I can enjoy those things. I just read them and I laugh and I smile. But it goes a deep way to show you how people think. Why are you Grandmaster posting Grandmaster picture level? I saw someone else wrote, they say the government went to Buchanan so that the opposition in Morovia said, look, you know, things are funny. But so a couple of days ago, the head of the fisheries, J. Saros Sigbeson, I've never asked him what does this J stand for. It just got to me. Yeah? Okay, I was wondering what does the J stand for. He wrote an unforgettable fish market day that will be remembered as a historic milestone for Liberia's fisheries sector. We were deeply honored to host the nation's big three, the President of the Republic, the Vice President, and the President pro tempore of the Liberian Senate, whose presence underscored the government's unwavering commitment to transforming the fisheries and aquaculture sector. The greatest highlight of the day, however, was witnessing the joy on the faces of our hard-working fishmongers and fishermen as they recorded remarkable sales and connected directly with thousands of customers. Their smiles reflected renewed hope, increased incomes, and the growing confidence in Liberia's fisheries industry. This successful fish market day reaffirmed that when government, development partners, and stakeholders work together, we can create meaningful opportunities that improve livelihoods, strengthen food security, and accelerate the growth of the blue economy. Together, we are building a stronger and more prosperous future for Liberia's fishing communities. Thanks to our hardworking team led by our dynamic Deputy Director General of Administration, Marie Ish Peters Magbola, for the great planning, as well as Orange Liberia for such an elaborate event. So, yeah, the fisheries sector. Why, some people want, Julius likes to talk about the fisheries. Yeah, you know. First of all, I'm a lover of fish. Yeah. I love fish more than meat. Yeah. So that's besides the point. It is the fact that areas that are doing well, that have the potential to do even better, and help the country move on another leg, it is important to highlight what's happening there. Countries of the world are not best or perfect at everything, but there are areas that they maximize. Some countries are very good at producing sugar, rice, bananas, and all kinds of things, meat, fish. So if we're doing well on that front, it is important to pay attention, to improve it, to make it better, and to encourage us all to try to buy fish as well, to support what these people do and not just the imported ones. Because these ones they do not go through all those processes of chemicalization and all kinds of things before it gets here. These are from the waters directly to you, to your bowls. So we'll continue to encourage that sector to do better, call for more support from the government to encourage them to do more. Right? Very important. Let me read you something else. Councillor Arthur Johnson wrote something, and it appears the councillor is not going to listen to. Okay. It appears the councillor will go ahead to do what councillors do, and that is to still represent his client, even though the client is not seemingly wanting to move forward with the case. So let's see if we can. But he wrote that. Okay. This is it. Okay, so this is what he wrote a day ago. As a member of the Supreme Court Bar, it is my ethical duty to do all that is legally necessary and right to defend my clients. My ethics do not require me to listen to my client's decision not to appeal or seek judicial remedy to a decision that violates his rights if it is legally detrimental to him, but to provide adequate legal representation for my client. So we will seek to convince our client to allow us to take advantage of the law governing the case or to appeal the lower court decision. Whatever may happen, I will not allow our client's statement to refuse appellate review or judicial remedies. My failure to do so may threaten my license involving the entire legal team. Therefore, we will encourage Minister Toye to allow us to proceed in accordance with the law. And I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense that they should convince their client. I really think too that he should make use of the law to seek a review of the matter, because, like I said last week, you read the entire report, and I have to remind people, when Councillor Scott and others were found guilty, and they appealed to the Supreme Court. There was one major question I was asked to the government lawyers. Who used the knife? Who took the knife and juked the guy? Let me put it the Liberian way. Who among these people? So he said that all of them held the knife and the juke her to murder her, or they did it one after the other. Who? And that was a difficult question to answer, because that was the major evidence to be established. Who did what? In this case, the question will be asked, who tampered with the jury, for which the judgment will be set, is being set aside. Who tampered with the jury? The investigations report does not establish who tampered with the jury, even though I thought they still had the opportunity. They could have done better to further investigate, to know who tampered with the jury. I go to court, I am set free, and then somebody comes back to me and can tell me, say, we're setting this judgment aside because we realize that someone tampered with the jury. If I believe that I did not tamper with jury, nothing links me to tampering with jury. You set my judgment aside. It really doesn't make sense at all to set the judgment in my favor aside. It should be that I should play part in the wrongdoing, and the evidence should establish. Imagine me as a media person, I just jump on account of video. I say, so made up money in the government stole it. They stole this money. Who stole it? That would be your question. Who stole it? Administrator this, you get minister this, deputy minister this, assistant minister this, director this. So who there stole the money? You have your children at home. You say, 8 p.m. Okay, 7 p.m. be inside. All these boys and people say in this area, I don't want you. You have not reached 18 yet. When you reach 18, you make the decision whether you should do man business or not. You, these boys, my daughters have not reached 18 yet. You may, the day you try it, I will put you people in jail because that will be statutory rape. You the father, you taught all that one. And look, you people, don't be around these boys after 7. Be inside, blah, blah, blah. You come after 7, 8 p.m., your daughters 16, 17, 15, they start walking inside. Back. They're supposed to be in by 7. But they came in by 8. Oh, I told you people to be in before 7 p.m. 7 p.m. latest. And you're coming in 8 o'clock. The way I can see some boys coming to you people. In fact, I carry them to jail for statutory rape. Chivo, how now? And you're supposed to establish evidence that the children were tampered with. Yeah, that's misconduct. The fact that they didn't honor the fathers or the parents' regulation of being in by 7 o'clock, that was violation. That was misconduct on their part. But it still doesn't amount to them doing man business. Yeah, you either got to carry them to the hospital, they test them and see whether something happened or nothing happened. Then you start asking who did it to you. That is so person. Then you take the person to jail and to court. And how it can work? That's the simple point I keep making. Some of you do not, don't just take your time, understand things, read them. This court here had an opportunity to establish the grounds for who tampered. Because that question will be the Supreme Court. If that case goes to Supreme Court, they will ask that question, who tampered with the jury? Who? The report doesn't establish who did it. Was there misconduct? Yes. They proved misconduct on the part of the jurors, which they can be punished for. Don't carry phone. You have phone there. That's misconduct. If there's tampering, who did it? Was it the government or the defense? If it was because again, these people were not under the prosecutions, the defense care. No. It is the government that impaneled, that sequestrated the jurors. Say, we remove you from the society, we want you to be somewhere that you don't interact with anybody, because this case is very important. It's a corruption case and all that. We want anybody talking to you. So the government, through the judiciary, said, we'll keep you here. So it was the government that was prosecuting, it was the government's responsibility to take care of those people. That nobody should come close to them. They put them in bus, bring them to court. After that, they carry them back to wherever they were keeping them. So, for example, if it was the government that tampered with them, as a report did not establish, then will you hold the defense accountable? Will you set aside the verdict? If it was the defense, then clearly you set it aside. So those things needed to be established. You know, those are the kinds of things that we're saying here. So we hope they can do that. They can take advantage of that. You know, these things that we talk, they're not just for today. There's always a tomorrow. And it is important to do things right. See the other man here. Now, we have a very big issue. We have to do with the drug cases, the possibility of people using Liberia as a major transit hub, which of course will mean that they will infiltrate the system and do all kinds of things, get other people involved. We know that has been running. 19 million plus, 300 and whatever million. We don't know what the government has settled upon in terms of the figures. Then the other revelation about some discovery of methamphetamine in Royceville area that wasn't really reported like the other things. We didn't know about that one until Rodney and others brought it up. Hopefully we can speak with Rodney soon on all those things. Who owns a property in Royceville became an issue last week. And all those things. Different police officers implicated, different names coming up and all of that. To crown it up, a video that came up making some claims and threats to the country. And then I saw it. Myself started to analyze it. Some media friends and then a whole lot of people ran analysis. People say, well, including security people, it doesn't look like AI. The video looks real. Now, then it moves to the next point. Will it actually be from a group of people that are part of a cartel, or is it people staging something for propaganda purposes? That is where we are still stuck. It seems a whole lot of people believe the authenticity, that it is an actual video, that people did this video. It is not artificial intelligence used to generate it. It wasn't generated that way. People actually did it. But are these actual drug dealers, or is it people staging something? And that is where we are stuck, because a whole lot of claims were made. And we cannot independently say, oh, yeah, it's real cartel people or people staging something for propaganda purposes. I know that one of the earliest people who posted that, I got in touch with him and he said, well, there is a Liberian professional group chat that a whole lot of people are in, opposition or ruling party people. He got some names of officials in government who are part of that chat. So a guy saw this stuff from some kind of account on Facebook or on the internet. He said internet, and said, well, I saw this. So the person placed that in that group chat that he saw this on the internet. You know? And so he placed it in a group chat for all of them to look at it. And so the debate back and forth started, AR, not AR, and all those kinds of things. And so that's how he also posted it to seek people, to draw people's attention to it and all of that, whether it was real or it wasn't real. There are a few things I need to say. I don't know. I mean, I have followed very closely if drug dealers would produce videos to threaten whosoever. I have not seen it. This will be the first. I do know that terrorists do that a lot. Whether it is ISIS, whether it is Boko Haram, whether it is these different terroristic groups, they usually produce all kinds of videos. And they would post them to their social media or use any kinds of means to get their information out. So whether a drug cartel will be copying after them or not, I do not know. I know I listened to some video from Stanton and others where they even got a number from these people, and it is claimed that they even messaged the president's son and all those kinds of things. Whether it is realistic or not, there are a few group of people who will know that it is realistic. If it is realistic, the people to whom the threats are being made, the people to whom the threats are being made, and the security people, the top level security people, will know if it is true. If it is for propaganda purposes, they will also know. If there is a Colombian number linked to these people that Stanton and Rodney have, is it possible to have people from Liberia, maybe people from Colombia to do that or what? We cannot say. If it is for propaganda purposes or for blackmail purposes, as was stated by the EPS director in one of his comments, then to what end? Then that's terrible. If people will go to such lengths to do that kind of thing. Because this is a threat upon the country. So people should not. What is also important is for the necessary safeguards to be put in place. What is also important is to know whether that video is authentic or not. I said it last week, way before that video came out, that the people in the security sector know that these guys can fight back. They do it all the time. They don't like to see their guys go to jail. They could come and threaten people and do all kinds of things. They could spend money to have a favorite verdict in their favor and all. So many things do happen because it's a whole lot of money involved. They put a whole lot of money in producing these things and transporting them and everything else. To see everything go to waste, they fight back. That is something I said way last week before the video even came up. So at this point, we cannot say, oh, yes, it's true, or no, it is not true. The people who should know if it is actually true or not are in the security sector. And whether they know it is true or not, I'm not sure it is something that they will want to bring out to the public and say, oh, yeah, this is true, or no, this is not true. They will usually say it is not true or it is fake. Whatever the case is, we need to pray for our country. We need to pressure the authorities to do the right things in these investigations about drugs passing through here. No sacred cow, whoever is involved in any way, should be brought down by the full force of law. That is non-negotiable. That is non-negotiable. Because everything will not pass through. Some will leave here. Besides, other things come with it. This society has been suffering a lot from the effects of harmful drugs, corrupting our systems and penetrating every estate of the nation, executive, judiciary, legislature, fourth estate, the ordinary people. We cannot sit as a country and allow this to continue. That is why it is important to deal with these things. Let's hear from you before we go to our guest. 777-700-995, 555-995-995. The numbers to call, and you will be through. You can speak on any of the issues we are talking about. 777-700-995, 555-995-995. The numbers to call. Talito says you were speaking good Pele, but I don't know Pele, so how even Joshua, but that thing was not sounding like you were confident. This Independence Day celebration is the biggest in Liberia history. It was celebrated in many countries happily, thanks to the government for the level of work done. Samuel Gfio says that. Okay. So if it was the government that organized that program at SKD, would it have the same numbers of people that attended? You think so? Yeah, I just like to throw these questions out. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon, Julius. This is Mars, and I call from our rescue center.
Go ahead.
Julius, I hate it when people say we should pray for our country. I really hate it.
Why?
Julius, no amount of prayer can fix country. No amount of prayer. What we got to do is use our brains. Let the leaders use their brains.
Prayer can help.
Let them stop taking the country. Julius, did we not pray 1990 war? Rebel didn't still come and kill people. We didn't pray 2003. Rebel still come and kill people. Prayer will not fix anything. Let the people use their brain. Let the people use their brain and fix the country. We keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting
No,
different results.
I didn't say I didn't say people should put aside whatever they needed to do. I'm just saying when I say pray for the country, it's about those other things that the human being cannot do are the ones I'm talking about.
Julius. So let's say we agree to pray for the country, and we're praying for the country. Why we're praying for the country, and maybe the leaders to have whatever you can call it, drinking that champagne, smoking a cigar. What we're eating, will really change anything? It won't change anything. We just got to use our brain. It's time we use our brain. Let's tell people the truth. The people taking the country down the drain, that drug case will go nowhere. It will be just like every other case. It will go nowhere. Trust me.
Okay. Thanks so kindly for your call. Let's take more people. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Hi, Julius. Quita Lawrence, London, Massachusetts.
Go ahead.
Concerning the video that came out, and I think this is one thing everybody in Liberia emphasizing on. Nobody should politicize the drugs business. But the only people we see that tried to politicize it was the Unity Party who's governing. besides that, because they wrote a whole press release linking where Mangiel lived with this and that and this. Coming from that, they said again that CDC was doing the AI video. It was an AI video CDC project. But in my own mind, if the video was not authentic, why would the EPS director waste his time to respond to it? Why would everybody in the country they're starting now to beef up security around them? This is my first time to see independent. I see AFL people to the around the president in Africana. AFL are not really been dressed up to protect president or anybody on a independent day program. They have been just to say security and few police people. But we're seeing a lot of changes going on. So looking at it from a distance, you will tell that something is authentic. If not 100%, but there's some truth around it. They say most rumors that go on in Liberia, it turn out to be true.
If I have the time, I will play what I listened to from Stanton, and it looks concerning. That these guys allegedly wrote the president's son, Jojo, and he even replied to that message, and it's on a Colombian number.
Yeah, they said he said he responded. From what Stanton ran that day, he responded. So if this is not authentic, why would they be wasting their time to so that CDC people to wrote the president's song?
No, but I don't know. No, I don't. So, like I said, maybe I could speak with the guy. That video did not. I don't think it originated from CDC. Like the guy said, it is in a group chat that all government officials are in, and someone saw it. Who is a member? Who is a librarian? Saw it on the internet and put it in that group chat. I said, "This is something I saw that is concerning." That's how all of them in that group chat started to react to it.
I'm just saying CDC because I saw a lot of posts when that video came on news. I saw a lot of posts people were accusing that it was the CDC. That's why I'm just using their own words. I know deep down it's not the CDC that did it, but I'm just using their own words because they started doing it like people trying to do propaganda. And the just been there, not anything about propaganda. They don't want to tell the whole propaganda thing about putting Mangiel closer to the planet bus, happy, the other person living there, they were doing just behind regime, this and that. They were trying to link CDC. And this is not politics. Our friends, our brothers, our sisters, some people fathers, their mothers, everybody getting so affected by this thing. And yet still people try to find good name through it. They try to politicize it so that they can get good image. And this is not about image building.
Okay.
It's about something that is building the society.
Thanks so kindly, Quito, for your call. All the way there from Massachusetts in the U.S. Let's come local. Welcome. Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, good afternoon, Julius. Sorry for my voice. I'm under the weather. Well, my name is Andrew Wisi, and I join you from Barnes Hill. Oh, Julius, our concern here is not about individual. Our concern is about Liberia. The image of our country, that what we are looking at the bigger picture. Look, you know the thing we are taking to be play 13, and I play 13 here with Julius. Because today or tomorrow, we Liberians have the opportunity to travel to any of this country around the world. Will be strict on us because they will feel that we are connected with this. And you know, when water wastes, there's no way to pick it up. The water, if any waste here, all those are inside it. Let the president take. It is not political party thing here. CDC had a time over. This is your time. You're in charge. Do the right thing for our country, and God will help all. Thank you so much.
Thanks so kindly. Santos Alfred Julius jurors misconduct is a crime under the law. We look at the intent behind the misconduct of the jurors. But I did not say it is not a crime. I said it is punishable, and whoever did what should be punished. But I am saying the issue of tampering, the report needed to establish who tampered with the jurors. So let me ask you now, who tampered with the jurors? Santos Alfred, please respond. Kindly respond to my... Who tampered with the jurors? That's the only question I have. Because the report doesn't say. And nothing in there says, so is a person tampered with the jurors. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Julius, and thanks for giving me the opportunity. My name is Kalasco, and I'm from the borough. Well, Julius, and like one of the callers said, it's important that we really take this very serious because, I always said, Julius, at times, as politicians, because of our closeness with a political institution, sometimes we like to defend regardless of whatever the circumstances is. But in this case, with this cocaine issue, Julius, a cocaine that worth more than $500 million United States dollar. It's not something to joke with. And
where you took your own figure from with $500 million, because that is not what the official numbers are.
Julius, what are you? Somebody agree, not you, but what are somebody agree or not? Julius, I work in the highest office of the land before, very close to top security people, and even up to today. There are things that stay here and receive. There are a lot of ordinary people will not have opportunity to receive it. I know for a fact that the cocaine in total that have been busted in Liberia is more than $500 million United States dollar. But with everything that has been said, you see today that I'm not a government fanatic, but Prince Johnson today, the reason why I will help Prince Johnson, who is the NSA director, the last bust that happened, Julius, the reason why you did not see the police getting involved in all of the intel, it was because our partners and every other persons have realized that police officers in the country, are closely linked with the drug situation in the country. And that's the reason why the NSA did not inform the police on the last bus. They did not inform the police until they got everything in tight, and later on they had to call the
allegedly
police. Just, I'm talking to you. Don't forget, I'm not journalist to be something.
But I gotta say it's alleged. So because you say it, so it is true. How it can work? That means gotta be adding the allegedly there because it's my platform.
Okay, your platform use allegedly, but I'm saying to you, the NSA. Yeah, the NSA did not involve the police and all of the things that are going on right now. The NSA is keeping total surveillance on all of the drug situation because they are working closely with the American and other partners to track, because the police is compromised. The police leadership is compromised with the drugs issue, and something got to be done.
Thanks so kindly. Please let me know if AB is ready there for our guest. Let's squeeze in two more calls quickly. Let's go to Paris. From London to Paris. Let's see who's here. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon, Julius. Frank Gibson on the call from Paris.
Go ahead, Frank.
First of all, Julius, I want to congratulate Zinedine Zidane becoming the new coach of France. But yesterday I watched for the program you were not on.
I don't. Oh, you don't. You don't. You don't know that I don't work on holidays.
But this holiday was on Sunday, not on Monday.
My man, when holiday falls on Sunday, we celebrate on Monday.
Yeah, with the poor country that abroad can do kind of thing. People they're working and they celebrate the holidays on 2 days. But that's not what I call for. Actually, I call on the Samuel 12 case. I actually want to congratulate the councillor. I think he's pursuing very well, and I hope Samuel 12 will understand and work along with the council. Let's see the end of this case. Like the people say, the reasonable doubt. If the Supreme Court will rule what the stomach infrastructure judge or criminal court see,
no, Frank. You see, you can be critical. And that's okay, but you cannot make claims that are without evidence. You cannot refer to a judge as stomach infrastructure judge and all of that. What you are insinuating is he may have taken bribe. He's a corrupt judge and all of that. No, that is not fair to the conversation. But what you call stomach infrastructure, we all know what stomach infrastructure means. You say what?
We all live by the stomach, Julius. You understand?
But when you try to apply it to someone in such a manner, then you are making accusations.
No, the judge will get getting a salary that you may buy.
Okay,
so
thank
somebody
you.
is coming from
Okay, thanks so kindly. Welcome, let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, Julia, this is William Bro calling from France.
Go ahead, William.
Thank you very much. And what I name, my brother Frank Gibson shouldn't do is global. Anytime holiday falls on Sunday, they celebrate it on Monday. Even in France, that's what they do. So, friend, I'm like bread alone. So, Julia, let me say something today. The drugs that we're talking about are estimated at, for me, I know for sure, $500 million plus.
No, we're not. You don't work in the sector. You not do drug business before.
I don't do drug business, but I'm calculating the amount of kilogram that they talk about. It's not
so the people who work in the sector have a way of calculating. So let's believe what they say. It's more important to believe what they say.
No problem. Let me tell you something, Julia. No drugs that worth 300 million or 200 million that people will spend almost 100 million to get that you will think that they will leave it go in vain. Like, bro, must be joking. That video you see, that reality, they should still be making.
No. We can establish that it is reality because there are two things here. It is. Wait now. It is possible, yeah, that it is actually representatives of a cartel trying to send a message across to whomever. And two, it is also possible that people could stage that. So at this point, there is no independent verification as to the authenticity of the message.
Julius, me, I know for sure, my brother Julius, that, like, let me people taking the thing. You see that how we overlook the save up. In fact, 2003, 2002, 2001.
That one different. That one different. If we know that this is the modus operandi of terrorist organizations. If drug cartels are trying to learn from terrorist organizations now, then that would be an interesting one.
And the EPFB man said the people must bring it. I don't know what happened to that other man bring. He said people must bring it. They must come for it. He waiting for that.
Okay.
So he saw your man now that can fight for the country. He not guy president again.
Okay. But he's also part of the security sector.
The people coming. Just wait.
No one coming here. Thanks so kindly. We rebuke. We rebuke anybody that coming. They will not even see our countries there if they decide to come. Let's see who's here finally. I don't know if our guest has connected. Welcome. Let's hear you quickly.
Good evening, Julius. How are you?
I'm fine. Go ahead.
This is Entro Jallo. I'm joining you from Brussels.
Mm-hmm.
Julius, this drugs issue is a very serious problem, especially where we do not have that sophistication to fight these drugs cartel. I live in a country like Belgium. You have these drugs cartels. Sometimes when they're ready, they will go and put bomb on the people's houses and apartments. Sometimes they even go to fist fight. The police are still struggling in this country to try to put those drugs cartel under control. Then tell me about Liberia bringing in cartels to take over our country. This is a serious issue, and every Liberian should be concerned about this. This is not about politics. This is not about CDC. This is not about Unity Party. This is not about ANC or ALP or whatever, Liberty, nothing. This is about Liberia, about the survival and about the security of our people and our children. If this does not scare anyone in that country, then I don't know what is going to scare you people. The government of Liberia should come out clean and tell the Liberian people what they have gotten themselves into, because we are not stupid. That video going around, it's not them. We live.
No. Yeah, please let us avoid certain.
Yeah, sorry for my language, and Julius, but it is no alt video. We live in a sophisticated country. We know how to track.
Yeah, but it could be staged. It could be staged for propaganda purposes.
Staged by who? Staged by the same cartel and Julius.
Okay. Thanks so kindly. That's how we will do it. Let's go to our guest. Please send that video to the fact checker. The fact checker will check the video. They will say it is not AI. That's the only place they can stop. You can at this point, you cannot say, I keep making a point that the message is real, or everybody, a whole lot of people agree now, even in government, that the video is a real video that people produce. Now, the point is whether it was produced by actual cartel people to send a message, or certain group of people just decided, okay, since this thing is happening in Liberia, we will do a video to implicate the president's son and all that stuff. That is where we are. And I keep saying the only people that will know whether this actually came from cartel people will be the people in the security sector, plus anybody else who is involved that may have been mentioned. There are more things we will talk about on tomorrow as well. So you can just take it easy. Take it easy. We have our guests on the line. I believe this is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. We have with us, just bear with me. Let me go to... So, yeah, take it easy, yeah? Take it easy. Professor William Atulik from Ghana. Welcome. Let's hear you, sir.
Thank you very much. Very happy to be here.
Perhaps you can speak a little louder. How is life out there?
Oh, very good. Everything is okay.
Okay. We have eaten a bit of your time. We'll also add it there at the end. But tell us your background, and I'm hearing something about the academic and professional programs of Heritage Christian University in the Gambia. First of all, why are you in Ghana? Why are we talking about Gambia? Let me give you some time to walk us through all of that.
Well, so my name is William Satwili, Associate Professor of Accounting and Finance, and Vice President and Provost at Heritage Christian University, which is located in Ghana.
Okay.
So we are talking about academic and professional programs in Ghana and also in Liberia. But yes, of course, we have some students from the Gambia as well. But here we are talking about Ghana and Liberia. Yeah.
Okay. So give us some backgrounds about Heritage Christian University.
Well, this is a Christian university, as the name suggests, intending to develop the human capital of Africa and make them ready to serve society. That's essentially what we are here to do, to fill in the gaps that we've seen educational systems churning out. So we want to help build human capital so we can solve the many, many challenges confronting Africa.
Okay. So like you stated about trying to help Africa and build human capital and all those kinds of things, would that be your vision and mission?
Oh yes, our vision is to be a flagship Christian university, transforming lives in the continent through education. And our mission is to provide education that cultivates conviction, character, creativity, compassion, and community. So everything we do is around building the human capital to solve problems in the continent.
Do you have a campus in Liberia?
We don't have a campus in Liberia, but we have students and who we can enroll on our hybrid learning platform And if need be, we can find ways to interact with them in Liberia, but the campus is in Accra, Ghana.
Oh, okay. So you have your campus in Accra, Ghana, but you have students in Liberia as we speak?
Yes, we do.
And
we teach them through our hybrid learning platform using the Canvas as a platform.
Okay. That's good. So let us go a little deeper. You talked about your delivery models being online, hybrid, blended. So if you have students in any of these other African countries and they wanted to come to Ghana to do in person, what would it be like?
Okay, so indeed we do have students in Liberia, in Ghana, in Nigeria, and some other countries. And some of them are in Accra in person. We have Liberian students, Gambian students, Nigerian students, and some other students from other countries studying with us in Accra. But we do have students also who are at their home countries and learning with us through the online learning platform that I spoke about. So our classes are a hybrid. You can choose to be in person, or you can choose to attend the classes using the Canvas platform. That's for the graduate students. For the undergraduate program, you have to be on our campus in Accra. Yes, there's no hybrid learning for the undergraduate students. But for our master's students, you can remain wherever you are and study with us virtually through the Canvas platform.
Okay. Let us explore the programs that you have. Give us an overview of your undergraduate programs and why do you think they are relevant for Liberia?
Well, we have programs in the health sciences, nursing and midwifery. We have programs in computing and technology, including information security, computer science, information technology, information systems, data analytics, and multimedia technology. We do have programs in business and management, accounting and finance, accounting with computing, marketing, human resource management.
So let's just do them.
And so on and so forth.
Yeah, let's just do
programs.
Yeah, let's do talking about BSc nursing, BSc midwifery. Why are they good for Liberia? Why do you think they are good for Liberia, and what kind of practical training components are also included there?
Well, the BSc nursing and BSc midwifery train nurses. Wherever people are that they can fall sick, they will need nurses to take care of them. And as long as we continue to procreate, we will need midwives to help deliver the children. And that is the kind of training we offer for the BSc nursing and midwifery. And the training is very practical because they go through most of the established hospitals in Ghana. And that's where they do their training. And the training is very practical. And when they are done, they are licensed as nurses, and they will be very relevant in any country they go, including Liberia. Yeah.
Okay. Now, you have BSc Information Security, BSc Computer Science, BSc Information Technology, BSc Management Information Systems, BSc Data Analytics, BSc Multimedia Technology. All of these computing and technology programs, how would they support Liberia's digital transformation? And what job roles can the graduates expect?
Well, the world is becoming increasingly digital. You can't survive without technology. Data is processed using technological tools. Businesses are managed using technological platforms. And that is what these programs prepare students to be able to do, to handle the increasingly complex technological issues so businesses can manage properly, process information, so quality decisions can be made. So these are very, very important programs. And in the coming future, no organization will survive without having a complete good handle on technology. And so there's a big advantage you get if you train in technology. And that's what these programs are meant to do. They are also very practical, industry driven. We take the student through real world examples of how to build software, how to protect, to provide security for data, and all the different things that they are learning. So hands-on practical learning, helping them to be able to solve problems in the IT world.
And in terms of practical and industry driven nature of it, how are these courses? How do students interact with the real world while going to school with you?
So we have a very robust computer laboratory where they train, do all their practicals. But we attach our students to very relevant companies in Accra. And so they have the opportunity to learn under the faith of experienced practitioners. And that's where they get their practical learning from.
Okay. Now, you also have business and management programs, including accounting and finance, accounting with computing, marketing, human resource management, logistics and supply chain, entrepreneurship and technology, business and technology, communication studies, psychology, diploma in business studies. How will they or how can they address private and public sector needs, first of all?
Now, if you want to run the private sector, it is based on data. Accountants process this data and tell you your income, your expense, your profit, whether you are making losses and all of that. If you have products, you need to sell them. People need to become aware of your products. And so you learn marketing, how to get to the customer. Every organization have people in there, and you have to manage the people. And that's where human resource management comes in. And we use raw materials, most of which are imported from other parts of the world through a supply chain. And so who learn logistics and supply chain, learn to know how to manage the entire supply chain. Entrepreneurs are those who create business for us. And we learn how to do entrepreneurship combined with technology. Psychology and, they are all human behavior. And learning how to understand people, you need to understand all of those things. So those who have an interest in these areas, we address their knowledge gap by helping them to serve both the public sector and the private sector. And that's what these programs are meant to do.
I am seeing some interlinks with computing and accounting. Why are they distinct? Why are they different?
We do the linkage to strengthen our graduates' capability and capacity in leveraging on technology to provide, because the world is increasingly becoming very technological. And so, in fact, we use technology in most of the different programs that we do, so that you are able to use technological tools to address the changes of any particular profession, including accounting. Yeah.
Okay. Now, in terms of entrepreneurship and technology, you are dealing with a whole lot of young people. In fact, a whole lot of those who are attending universities are young people. So, how does it support their employment?
In fact, Africa should be training entrepreneurs to create jobs for themselves and to bring along other people. In fact, at Heritage, our emphasis is very entrepreneurial. So you can be studying any other thing. You must learn the skills of an entrepreneur. And we support most of our graduates to launch their own businesses. But you can start working for people, but you build capital so you start your own. The solutions of Africa will be solved if majority of our graduates think about being entrepreneurs than being employed. And so we teach the skills of starting and upscaling businesses and the tools to use to do that. We think that is the way Africa should go, so that we have employers than people looking for jobs. So they are very well connected to the employment space. Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, talking about psychology and communication studies, these are things that are usually critiqued. People think they are soft, they have the social sciences and all of that. But how do they support national development? Why should people go for that?
Well, psychology is about human behavior. So we must understand why humans behave the way they do. And communication studies is about transmitting information. If we cannot communicate, nothing will move. So for national development to accelerate, we must first understand our own psyche and be able to pass on information. And these programs build the capacity of graduates to understand humans and also process information more consistently and help, in national development.
Okay. Now, for the undergraduate programs, who are you targeting?
We are targeting senior secondary school graduates and graduates who have diploma and advanced diplomas and working professionals who have a long years of experience and do not have the WASI or the secondary school certificate and are seeking to advance their career.
Okay. Let's go to the graduate programs. What is the objective of your graduate programs?
The objective of our graduate programs is to help working professionals, both in the public and private sector, to upgrade their skills and to become more valuable in their organizations, being able to help in decision making and leadership of their various corporate institutions. And we look both into the public sector and the private sector.
Okay, so in the public sector and governance area, what do you have there?
We have MSc Public Financial Management, MSc Public Sector Management, and MA Corporate Governance and Leadership.
So these programs, how do they strengthen accountability and governance in our own country here?
Our MSc Public Financial Management and Public Sector Management and Corporate Governance and Leadership are geared to giving public sector professionals skills about governance, about leadership, and about public financial management. So, if we mismanage the public sector, we kill the whole citizens of the country. If you manage the public sector very well, you're actually giving life to the people. And these programs, how do we raise revenue adequately? How do we stop leakages and public sector corruption? How do we audit more effectively? These are the issues that these programs are. How do we deliver public sector services more efficiently and effectively? And these programs are designed for public sector professionals who are seeking to manage public resources prudently and efficiently. Yeah.
Who can enroll?
Public sector, professionals, but people who are working in Ministry of Finance, the Internal Audit Agency, the GAC, the General Audit Commission, and public sector state-owned enterprises, and people who are in the various commissions, or let me just say the ministries, agencies, and commissions, any of them in the financial management area and in the management area, they can all, they have a place in these programs.
What do you have there at the graduate level for finance and accounting?
We